to work his way free. He went through the table moments.
Monday Night Raw delivered a backstage segment that has left the WWE Universe buzzing as Jey Uso pulled his brother Jey Uso aside to issue a stern warning. Don't fall for Roman Reigns' manipulative games again. This encounter was not just a routine backstage talk. It was a masterclass in WWE storytelling, blending family dynamics, psychological tension, and the high-stakes politics of the Bloodline. For fans, it offered an intimate glimpse into the personal struggles, loyalties, and power plays that have defined this iconic faction. Setting the stage, the Bloodline in turmoil. The Bloodline has long been one of WWE's most dominant and compelling factions, led by Roman Reigns, the tribal chief. Under Reigns' leadership, the Bloodline has controlled Raw's main event scene, using strategy, intimidation, and psychological manipulation to maintain supremacy. Yet, cracks have begun to appear in the faction's facade. Jey Uso, the youngest member of the faction, has frequently been caught between loyalty to his brother Jimmy and obedience to Roman Reigns. While he has proven to be a competent and resilient competitor, his emotional and familial bonds have sometimes made him susceptible to manipulation, a vulnerability that Roman has repeatedly exploited to maintain control. Jey Uso, on the other hand, has grown increasingly wary of Roman's influence over his younger brother. The Raw segment showcased Jimmy confronting Jey with honesty and urgency, highlighting the underlying tension within the Bloodline. The backstage confrontation. The segment began with Jey Uso walking through a dimly lit corridor backstage, visibly deep in thought after a recent in-ring loss that had implications for the Bloodline. Jimmy approached, his expression stern and his tone urgent. The camera captured every nuanced expression: Jimmy's furrowed brow, Jey's conflicted gaze, and the palpable tension between the two brothers. "Jey, listen to me," Jimmy began, his voice firm but tinged with concern. "You can't keep falling for Roman's games. Every time you let him control your head, it costs you, it costs us, and it costs the Bloodline." Jey, a mixture of frustration and loyalty, responded quietly, almost defensively. "I know, Jimmy. I don't want to let the family down. Roman has always been the one to guide us, and I trust him. I thought I could handle it." Jimmy's eyes narrowed. He stepped closer, emphasizing the gravity of his words. "You don't just think you can handle it, Jey. You need to. We've fought together for years, and we've seen what happens when Roman's manipulations get in the way. Don't make the same mistake again. Stand up for yourself. Stand up for us." The tension between them was electric, and the WWE Universe could feel the emotional weight of the conversation. It was more than advice. It was a wake-up call, a pivotal moment that could shape the Bloodline's future. Historical context: the Usos and Roman Reigns. To understand the significance of this confrontation, it's important to revisit the history of the Bloodline and the Usos' dynamic with Roman Reigns. The faction was formed to showcase dominance and unity, with Roman as the authoritative leader and the Usos as loyal enforcers. Over time, however, Roman's manipulation and relentless drive for control began to test family bonds. Jey, in particular, has been caught between respect for his brother's leadership and his own desire for autonomy. Previous segments, matches, and storylines have repeatedly highlighted Jey's internal struggle, making Jimmy's intervention in this Raw segment both timely and essential. Fans have witnessed Jey make decisions influenced by Roman, sometimes at the expense of his own career and confidence. Jimmy's warning represents an effort to correct course and ensure that the Bloodline remains united without compromising individual members' integrity. The emotional undercurrent. What made this backstage segment so compelling was its emotional depth. Unlike in-ring confrontations, which are fueled by physicality, this moment relied on dialogue, body language, and subtle tension to convey its stakes. Jey Uso's concern for his brother was palpable. He wasn't just issuing advice. He was expressing fear for Jey's well-being and the potential consequences of blindly following Roman Reigns' manipulations. Jey, meanwhile, struggled with loyalty, guilt, and his own self-doubt, a humanizing glimpse at a character often seen as a ruthless competitor inside the ring. The segment resonated because it portrayed the complexity of family dynamics under extreme pressure. WWE fans were reminded that, behind the spectacle of championship titles and high-impact matches, there is a personal and emotional narrative that drives the character's actions. Fan reactions. The WWE Universe immediately reacted to the segment, sparking debates and speculation across social media. Jimmy warning Jey is huge. The Bloodline storyline is getting so much deeper. This is more than wrestling. It's family drama at its finest. I'm loving the character development. Jey's gonna have to make a choice soon. Stand with Roman or finally step out on his own. Fans speculated about potential outcomes, including internal bloodline conflict, a possible split between the Usos, or Jimmy taking a more prominent leadership role to counteract Roman's influence. Implications for WWE storylines. This segment sets the stage for multiple narrative possibilities. Internal bloodline tension. Jey's struggle could lead to friction within the bloodline, potentially setting up a storyline where loyalties are tested and rivalries emerge. Jimmy's leadership role. By stepping into the mentor-protector role, Jimmy positions himself as the voice of reason, capable of guiding the bloodline through turbulent times. Roman Reigns' manipulations. The segment underscores Reigns' role as a master manipulator, heightening tension and setting up future confrontations with both Usos and other roster members. Fan engagement. By highlighting personal and familial stakes, WWE deepens viewer investment in the bloodline, ensuring that every segment, match, and storyline decision carries weight. Historical comparisons. WWE has a long tradition of using backstage segments to elevate storytelling, from the McMahon family conflicts to Austin versus. McMahon rivalries, intimate dialogue-driven moments, have often had the greatest long-term impact. This segment continues that tradition by emphasizing character development, emotional stakes, and the human side of professional wrestling. The future. What's next for the Usos and the Bloodline? As the WWE Universe watches, several key questions emerge. Will Jey Uso heed Jimmy's advice and assert his independence? How will Roman Reigns respond to this challenge to his authority? Could this mark the beginning of a split within the bloodline? Or will the faction emerge stronger and more united? The possibilities are vast, and WWE has crafted a storyline that promises multiple twists and turns, keeping fans engaged week after week.